Welcome back to another episode of Crisp Detailing. So today, in today's episode, we're going to concentrate on getting the car dyno ready. That's sorting out water pipes that I wasn't happy with previously, trying to make it a bit more safer. Flushing the radiator system, new water bottle, coolant, just oil leak, sort out the oil leak. I have raised the car quite a bit. I don't know if I'm happy with the height, but I've raised it for provisions of getting a bigger tire. I'm not sure what tire I'm gonna go with it. And it's also ride quality. If you saw in a lot of the clips of the car driving, one small bump in the road and the car's up, and it kind of prevents you from driving the car properly. Like you're hopping, and because you're hopping, the throttle pedal is so sensitive, the car's jerkiness as well. I'll add a clip somewhere showing of what happened when I was taking Jamie for a test drive. So I raised the car. I'm not happy with how the front and the back is sitting. I think the front can go a tad bit lower and the back can come up a bit. From the height that it is now, it's driving a little bit better. The rear can go up. But yeah, so I'm going to start off with flushing the radiator system and fixing a water pipe. The previous water pipe that I had, the bottom water pipe from the thermostat to the radiator, it had quite a bit of a kink. Like this is a pipe where the pipe was doing that because I was bending it at that level. So you'll see it changes the diameter of the pipe. So I'm going to use a couple of rubber pipes like this that I have. I have some from Honda, I have some from Mark 1, from the Car 4. And I'm going to cut it where it's at a good angle, and then I'm going to join the center part of the pipes with this piece of metal pipe, clamp it, and then obviously on the other side also get the angle that I need to. Kind of my test for when I get to a point of my automotive passion where I will be making my own exhaust and intercooler pipes. I'm going to be building it up out of bends, building a radiator pipe out of bends. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to remove the radiator. I'm going to clean the radiator. I'm going to get as much of the old water out as I could that I ran. I ran the water just to check for leaks. And then, yeah, then it's fresh coolant. What else? New water bottle. Show you. A new water bottle. I don't know. I'll put a link somewhere. In one of the first episodes, I changed the water bottle of the Citi Golf. But at the time, I didn't realize that everything was so dirty of rusty water in the car, like in the interior radiator and all of that, that it wasn't going to work. So I need to change this. Yep, I need to change this again. So yeah, let me get on. I'm going to do the radiator first. I just want to show you guys. Check this bottle, how dirty it is. All that at the bottom is a rust that used to be in the system. If you look like in here, you can see it. This bottle's not even a year old. But my mistake, I didn't drain or flush everything properly. And then this is your new bottle. Brand new. For anybody that is wanting to do this, I can't find a bottle without a sensor. This car for some reason doesn't have a sensor, it never came with a water sensor, but I've been replacing this. This is gold waffen, about 280 rand I think. Brand new without the cap, you need to use your original cap. Just make sure you clean your cap. Yeah, and you should be good. I'm going to install this bottle now. I'm just going to clean up there where I'm installing it, and then I'm going to install it, pipe it up, put the coolant in. Okay, so we've changed the bottle, put some coolant in, recommended by Jamil. That's one over there. So my next thing is going to be, I need to sort out the tappet cover oil leak. I do have a new gasket, so I'm going to sort out that. Okay, so the next job is we need to change the tappet cover gasket. I'm gonna try my best to just maybe flip the tappet cover over like that. I really don't want to be taking loose. It's just a tappet cover gasket, so let me do that. As per regulations, some single corners. That's what we will use. I've completed, I wouldn't call it maintenance, but drove the car, logged the car. We're spiking at about in 1.3 bar and we're holding about 0.8 bar at top of the red range, like 6,000 RPM. The KO3 is held about 0.6 bars, 0.7 bars at that range. Full boost is about 1.2 and it holds it till about maybe 4.8 and it starts dropping off. But let me show you how far I got and what I've done. Okay, so here we can see the new water bottle with the coolant. I need a slight top up there just to bring it to max. Okay, so yeah, if I feel here it's not leaking oil anyway. If I check around the tappet cover, it's not leaking oil anyway. Nothing here, nothing from the half moon. I don't have any wet spots underneath the car of oil or coolant. That's good. Everything starts, drives, it should. Oh, one more thing. I did change the gas can setup a bit. I put these rubber spaces in here so that I can just space it away from the body because the filter wasn't laying as I wanted to.
Several days later.
But carrying on, I wouldn't say fixing, perfecting the Golf. We are fitting a set of semi-slicks. Hopefully that cures our traction issue in preparation for a surprise. We are planning a surprise. That's all I'm going to give you. But yeah, let's just fit the semi-slicks and let's see how it goes and how it feels afterwards. Take it for a drive, warm the tires up and just see if it grips a little more, because grip traction is one of the biggest issues on this car right now. Traction and ride quality. It's very bouncy still, so I am going to higher the car a little bit once the semis are on, but guys, thank you guys for a bit of a ride along. Sorry if it's a bit noisy, but I don't think you guys have heard the car in action. showed you in a short clip, we put semi-slicks on the car, full semi-slicks right around 195, 50s, 15s, thread weight 200. I am giving the semi-slicks back. I'll put a clip up now of how the car looks with the semi-slicks on, but I'm giving it back to the owner. So here's a clip. This is the car with the semi-slicks. If we move closer, that's how they sit. The semi-slicks has had its lifetime of heat cycle, so it's developing small little cracks in every wheel, and it's losing air. Well, one of them are losing air, and I just felt that I'm not spending a lot of money on tires, and I'm not going to get my use out of it. Number two is, this was a really stupid decision to put semi-slicks onto the car, because when these tires are cold, it is like you're driving on ice. In any gear, when the boost kicks in, it spins. And I did kind of build the car for a track car, or to have fun, but I also would like to drive it on the street and drive it from A to B at times, because I don't feel I want the car after just spending all that effort and money just to stand. So that's number two with the semi-slicks. So the semi-slicks is going. This is the last drive on it. And that's unfortunate. But we've come a long way with this car. Longer than I expected, but it's coming to a time where there's small little things that needs to be done, and I don't have the parts for it. I never bought brakes. I never bought a brace for the struts. I need to tune the car. I need to get the car driving a bit better than this. The alignment is out again, because when the CV broke, I took the ball joint off. I don't know how that made it come out, but the alignment is out again. The car doesn't drive like shit, but I feel it can drive a little bit better. I've tried to go to two robots with the car. One, I was late for registration, and then last night it was cancelled because of Honda Day. I was going to go to a track day on the 3rd of May at Kalana, which is on Saturday, but I'm having a baby, so it's a bit too close to the deadline or the due date of the baby, so I feel that I'm going to skip that one. So the semi-slicks are going to go, and the car is going to stand. Before that happens, let me take you guys on a drive and show you what's going on with the car. I have been driving the car quite a bit. I need to tune the car because boost kicks in, as you can see. It spins. So I'm wanting to move the power range up the rev range. It does need a spacer at the rear. This is how height the car is. This is what feels best. I am thinking of cutting the bump stops, because I think that can aid to the way it bounces. As I said, these semi-slicks, I would love to keep it, but they're just not what I need right now. So I am going to be removing them. I don't have tires to put on because I sold the old tires. Kind of silly, but I was really wanting to keep the semi-slicks. And then what else? Yeah, so let me just show you what all I've done in this episode. So coolant is in. There's no leak on the tappet cover. Catch can has been spaced out. So for the meantime, I feel that the engine bay is perfect exactly how it is. I am going to change the inlet manifold. I have another one. I just need to paint it and make it look pretty, which I haven't gotten around to because there's a couple of things I want to do to it to make sure that it doesn't have any vacuum leaks and so forth. But I'll get onto that. It's not important. But this is the engine bay. So yeah, in this episode we just finished off the build, finished off the engine bay side of the build. The car's running, car's boosting. We haven't tuned it, we don't know the power. It's probably 159, 161 between those two. It doesn't leak coolant anyway, it doesn't leak oil anyway. I feel the car can drive from here to Joburg if you have the balls because it will not be a fun drive. The gearbox, which is O to J, the ratios is extremely short. I'm not sure why, to be honest with you. It's an O to J, but I'm gonna leave it for the meantime. I'll probably only ever change it if it breaks, and hopefully it doesn't break anytime soon. Or well, it's not gonna break anytime soon. That's because the car is going to stand from today onwards. You guys will figure out the reason in an upcoming episode, but one of the reasons is that the tires is going back, and I'm not sure how I feel about buying a second-hand set of tires. I think I want to buy a good tire, which is pretty pricey, similar pricing as a semi-slick, but it should be a good all-round tire, a good track tire, a good road tire. I'm still doing research. A couple of racer guys and track day guys have given me some tires, but 2,200 rand a tire right now. It's almost 10 grand for 4 tires, almost. It's not what I'm planning. You will see why. That's all I'm gonna say. You will see why. But let me show you guys. I'm gonna do a burnout and a pull. I'm gonna launch a car to show you exactly what I mean when I say the tires are very slippery. Let me show you that. Yeah, so the tires do grip when they're hot, but you need to make them very hot. And that's not what I want for every day. I want to be able to get into the car and drive it. But anyway, let's go. Let's go back to the back road. Alright, so with this part of the build, it's very confusing to me as well because I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm being told what to do by the car, and yeah, I think that's why it's a little bit all over the place. I'm trying to perfect the setup of the car for now. Yeah, so I think it's at that point of the build. But let's write down what still needs to be done to the Citi Golf. So this is the new list. It's not big, but it's quite significant if you look at the list itself. I haven't tuned the car yet. I was going to tune the car, changed my mind. Traction bar, just the bar at the bottom holding the chassis together by the control arms. That's very important. I feel you can feel the car like being a bit too loose on Brakes, Gallery VR6 upgrade for our Citi Golf. That's on the cards. That's also very important. I just haven't been needing to brake very hard, very fast. So cut the bump stops. It's very, I can't tell if it's bouncy or stiff. Sometimes it's bouncy and most times it's very stiff. So I'm thinking that the shock might be bottoming out and cutting the bump stops will prevent it from shooting up like it does. Boost gauge, it's not important, but I would like a boost gauge on the car. I would like to see what the car is doing in a boost at all times, just in case a boost leak pops up, or just injectors. Before I tune the car, I do want to upgrade. Putting the KO4 1 on, we can't get the max out of it with that injectors that we have. That injectors is maxed out in the KO3ish when they tune the car for. Not sure what size, but anything higher than 550 will be sufficient and we'll get. And then obviously tune, I told you I'll put the tune off. We do need to tune the car, it will help a lot with the driving. And then adjust the pedal. I welded the bracket on, I'm sure you guys saw it in the previous videos. I'll put a clip up somewhere. I don't have any adjustment, so the pedal is taken very high. With the clutch being hard, the pedal is taken very high and it doesn't make it undrivable, but I would like it to be in the middle. So I'm hoping if I grind those welds off, use the U brackets for the pedal, which I need to find, I have that little bit of adjustment. But yeah, so that's the Citi Golf in the whole. Thank you guys for watching if you've watched it from the beginning. I'm sure you saw all the emotion involved in the build. Build is still happening, still continuing. It's just back step. But yeah, if you haven't followed or subscribed, liked one of the videos, I would appreciate that. But until the next one, I'll see you guys in.